Hello, I'm Dr. Deepashri Narendra Desai, working as sectional head in Department of Poultry Science of Mumbai Veterinary College. This college belongs to Maharashtra Animal and Fishery Sciences University, situated at Nagpur. Today we are going to talk about poultry as a rich source of protein. Now when you look at the concept of a protein is a nutrient which is important in the human diet, which serves many important functions. Some of the major functions of a proteins work as a building blocks, and they act as a structural components for certain tissues, especially the muscles. Second important part is they also play a role in formation of the hormones, enzymes and hemoglobin, which is very important for functioning of the body. Proteins play very important role in development of the immunity. Immunity is responsible as a fighting mechanisms against the infections. So proteins play very important role in keeping yourself healthy in the present era of the infections. And the last but not the least is the proteins will also act as a source of energy. Now when we talk about proteins, the proteins should be affordable, they should be abundantly available, and they should provide all the important amino acids to the human body. So when we talk about protein sources, majorly in the human diet, as a protein source we consume eggs, milk, different type of meat, fish, the pulses and the legumes. But when you look at the proteins which are available from all these sources, you will find comparatively animal origin sources will have more amount of protein compared to the proteins which are available from the vegetable origin. When we talk about quality of proteins, there are two aspects related to it. One is a bioavailability and second is amino acid profile. Now what is bioavailability? Bioavailability is a portion of a nutrient that gets digested, absorbed and metabolized through the normal pathways. What does it mean? That the amount of protein which you consume, out of that a certain part will be actually utilized in the body for all the functions which we have seen. Some of the part will be not absorbed and it will just get voided, will be not used as a protein source in the body of the humans. So only the protein content is not important, but how much of a protein is bioavailable is very important in case of proteins. Second important thing is the amino acids. Now before that, just look at a chart wherein I have given the figures of different protein sources and their bioavailability. Now if you look at it, the eggs are the most bioavailable as 97% of their proteins gets easily available to the human body. The milk stands second, and after that there are different type of meats. The legumes and the pulses are comparatively less bioavailable compared to the animal proteins. Now when we talk about amino acid profiles, there are almost 20 amino acids which are important for the human body, and out of that almost 10 amino acids are dietary essential. That means they cannot be synthesized in the body, but they have to be consumed in the form of the proteins. So when you take the protein, you should understand that that protein should have all the essential amino acids that the human body needs. So when the protein contains all the amino acids in the abundant quantity, it is called as complete protein. And if certain amino acids are available in the less quantity, it is called as incomplete protein. Most of the time, animal origin protein sources are complete proteins, whereas vegetable origin protein sources are incomplete proteins. In many vegetable origin protein sources, 1 or 2 amino acids are in a very less quantity, which are called as limiting amino acids. So For example, in case of soybean, which we term as a very good source, methionine is very less. So methionine becomes a limiting amino acid in case of soybean. Similarly, in the rice, lysine is very less. So what there, the lysine will be a limiting amino acid. So when you consume proteins, is not a whole protein which is important, but their amino acid profile as well as bioavailability is important. Now when we talk about eggs, the poultry eggs not only contain chickens, but you can consume the eggs from ducks, turkeys as well as quails. So when you consume any egg, you consume approximately 12% to 13% of protein. Now this chart gives you the idea about how many nutrients are present when you consume one egg of chicken or one egg of turkey or a duck or a quail. Obviously, this contents will vary because the size of the egg changes from species to species. So in chickens, when you consume one egg, you are consuming 6.28 grams of protein. Besides protein, there are a lot of other nutrients which is abundantly present into the eggs. When we talk about fats, the fats are very less in protein, and especially the fats in the proteins are the good fats which are called as unsaturated fats, which are abundantly present. Along with that, there are a lot of vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin D and vitamin E, which play a very important role in development of immunity. There are a lot of vitamin B complex like folic acid, thiamine, riboflavin, which is again abundantly present, and certain nutrients like the major and the minor elements or the minerals like zinc, iron and selenium play a very important role in again development of immunity. And when you consume the egg a day, you can approximately get 15% of your protein, vitamins and mineral requirement fulfilled. So if you are consuming 2 eggs a day, your 30% of the requirement of all the minerals, vitamins and proteins will be fulfilled with consumption of 2 eggs. Now let us come to the nutrients which will be available from the poultry meat. Just like eggs, you can consume chicken, which is in the form of a broiler meat, turkey, ducks and quails. Now from the proteins which are available from the meat, you will find the proteins are higher in the chicken meat compared to the eggs. It is approximately 21 to 22% of proteins which are available. Highest proteins are available from the turkey meat compared to chicken, but as in India we consume chicken preferably, we will talk about chicken in detail. So let us see the nutrients that are available from the chicken meat. If you see, there is very less energy which is available, but there is lot of proteins. Along with that, there is a abundant amount of unsaturated fat again. If you remove the skin of the chicken, then most of the fat will be removed. The chicken meat is termed as a lean meat because the fat content is very low. The protein content, as I said, is very high. Along with that, you have again very high mineral and vitamin contents, as you can see in the chart. So if you consume 100 grams of chicken every day, again just like eggs, you can fulfill almost 20% of your protein requirement. Now let us see the amino acid profile in the chicken meat. As we have discussed, I have listed the amount of amino acids which you get from the chicken meat. If you are consuming 100 grams of meat, you can get all 20 amino acids which are required for the human body. And hence, I will recommend that if you could consume 2 eggs in a day with 100 grams of meat, you can get almost 30% of your protein, mineral and the vitamin requirements at a very affordable price. Because if you look at the prices, in last almost 20 years, the egg price has remained almost the same. There is hardly any increase in the egg price, whereas your Mutton prices has accelerated by almost 25 to 30%, where milk prices have accelerated by almost 15 to 16%, whereas the egg and the chicken price has just increased by 5 to 6%. So chicken meat as well as eggs are most affordable and the best proteins for the human consumption. Thank you.